I'm back. I tried to film this video like 2 other times, but it felt way too formal. I kind of lost interest. Dinosaurs, they're not really my thing. Animals are. Dinosaurs, not so much. So we're gonna kind of shift gears here, and some point I'm gonna post a video of me walking around outside talking about the animals or the plants. A fun fact that I've learned this year about some certain plants: strawberries reproduce a scarily amount. I think I have like 4 large strawberry plants that actually produce, and then a whole bunch of little baby ones off of it. It's kind of like spider plants, because spider plants reproduce, and actually I can show you how spider plants reproduce. Hold on. This is my fish tank where I have spider plants up here. This is a spider plant that was dying. Here is its little reproductive stems. These are all from this one plant. These are all little baby spider plants. So spider plants reproduce like that. Now hold on. This right here, this is my garden bread. Bread? Maybe I'm still thinking about my banana bread that I want to eat. Anyway, here are my green onions. There's 3 of them. There was originally 1. Here is 1 shoot off, 2 shoot off, 3 shoot off, 4 shoot off, 5 shoot off, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. And then there's more. 6 shoot off is over here somewhere. Right here. And it's going into my gnomes, which is not good. Okay. I need to get rid of this. That's a weed. No, shit. Hold on. No. Getting rid of weeds is extremely annoying. What just landed on me? Hi, buddy. What are you? Some sort of, katydid, I think. A katydid just landed on me. Type of weed. It's flowers, but it's a weed to me because it's in my plants. Okay, back to the strawberry plants. Buddy, if you could leave my hand, that'd be great, but okay, you can stay. Here's one of the big plants. Here's another shoot off. Now, anytime I count a shoot off, it's going to be, if there's an actual, plant. So, here is a shoot off. Here is 1. It's rooted in. That's not moving. Here's 2. It's not quite rooted in yet. Here's 3. Use that one. Here's 4. Here's a growing strawberry plant, just so you can see kind of what that's like. This is the what I'm pretty sure is a katydid that landed on me. I don't know. It's gonna go on the plants. Here's my biggest one. This is the one we've had for the longest. Here's another shoot off. So spider plants and strawberry plants grow in similar ways, and this isn't even all one plant. This is a combination of a whole bunch of plants back here that are just all growing strawberries, and their roots have all kind of congealed together to kind of make this one massive plant. Mint is really annoying in the way of, this is a mint plant right here. Most of my mint plants are over here because I don't like mint. So I'm going to get rid of this because I don't like mint over by my strawberries. But mint is really annoying because it'll just spring up. And also it smells horrible. Ugh, horrible. It's really great if you're cooking. But if you're not cooking, it's just a horrible smelling thing. Let's talk about weeds for a second, because there is no actual classification of weeds. Weeds are things that people don't want in their garden. A dandelion is not a weed to me, and weeds are objective. So this one over here could be considered a weed to me. It's a weed to me. But to some people, it could be considered just a plant that grows flowers. Like how most people consider dandelions weeds, they're not actually weeds. They're just a plant that people don't want in their garden. I don't exactly know when the term weed was coined for plants, but there's no actual scientific specification for a weed. It's more of people don't want them in their gardens, and so they just call them weeds, which is extremely odd to me because we now kind of think of weeds as these just drainers. They drain things, but weeds are actually pretty useful in gardens. They suck up nutrients that the other plants wouldn't use, so that the soil isn't so that the soil doesn't have too much nutrients, so that the plants don't die from overnutrition, which is a thing that can happen. Let's go outside to my backyard so I can tell you an interesting thing. This is my grass. And over here is a bunch of dead grass, which is what this looked like just a few weeks ago. Not just a few weeks ago, of course, it's taken about a month or two to get it to where it is growing and where it's more wilded and lush, I would say. Oh, that's water. That's water on my foot. Okay. So grass can basically come back from anything. It doesn't really matter, and oh, my spider plant needs water. It doesn't really matter, as long as it's not burned. But even then, when plants get burned, that ash that comes from the burnt plants, that releases nutrients into the soil, which in turn gives it the ability to grow new plants like shrubs and bushes and trees. And after the shrubs and bushes and trees, well, it starts off with lichen, and then the lichen kind of breaks down the nutrients, and then goes fungi. No, it starts off with fungi, then lichen, and then shrubs and bushes, and not shrubs and bushes, the grasses, and the shrubs, and then the bushes, and then the trees. Okay, following me. Fungi, lichen, grasses, shrubs, bushes, trees. And it goes in that very specific order because it takes a while for a environment to recover after a fire, unless we're talking about trees which seeds activate when there is fire. Certain trees, their seeds will only become seeds once it gets to a certain temperature, or when they get burnt. There's a specific chemical reaction that goes with that. And that's kind of how those trees reproduce. Not entirely correct there. There's a lot I don't know. There's a lot that I'm sure other people don't know. I'm here to lightly inform. Don't listen to everything I say, and always fact check me and tell me if I'm wrong. Please. I don't like spreading false information. So, I will be back posting videos, just not at a desk. Oh god. Because the whole desk thing, that didn't really work out too well. I got bored. I was thinking, well, this isn't really great, because this is a channel about nature, and I'm sitting at a desk in my room when I could be very well outside in nature telling people about plants and animals and birds, because my area, some people don't hear birds on a daily basis. My area has a whole lot of birds. It's not just pigeons and stuff either. I rarely see pigeons. Those are more city birds, where there's a lot of populace, because in the wars, we trained the pigeons to be able to send messages, and then we just kind of abandoned them, which is extremely sad. Carrying on. That's a tangent. So I hear a lot of birds. I hear a lot of different kind of birds. And I see a lot of different kinds of birds. I see blue jays, and I see sparrows, and, well, not sparrows. I see blue jays and robins and maybe sparrows, actually. There are some birds around here that aren't even native, and down at my college campus, I see wild turkey. A lot of people don't know that wild turkey can fly, because they think, oh, it's a turkey, it can't fly. But wild turkey can very much fly, and very much break a commercial bus window. I know this because I was on a commercial bus one time and a turkey flew across the road and it broke the bus window entirely. So people think of birds and they think certain birds can't do this. If a chicken doesn't have its wings clipped, it can fly. If a turkey doesn't have its wings clipped, it can fly. Birds, unless they're like penguins, which have adapted to an environment in which they do not need to fly, however, need to have more of the ability to go into the water, they don't not fly. They can fly unless they're domesticated, in which we clip chickens' wings or we clip the wings of pet birds such as parrots or parakeets, and we clip those. But most birds, unlike ostriches and penguins, ostriches can't fly because they have more of a running advantage. And also their bodies are extremely heavy and their wings no longer support that. They fly. They can fly. It's just a matter of domestication. And I think that's where a lot of misinformation comes from, domesticated things. However, when we look at the non-domesticated thing, when we look at the more natural side of things, fires play an important role of wilding areas. Fires are extremely important because they pour nutrients back into the soil, they get rid of dead things, and it just makes it easier for things to grow. Floods are important because it kind of helps to reset and fix an area that might not quite be right. But also, floods don't happen when there's a floodgate, a flood zone. Not flood zone, I don't remember the name. I don't know the technical term right now, but it's basically an area around the river or the lake which has a lot of water, a lot of semi-aquatic plants that will soak up all the water during a huge storms. Monsoons are important. Monsoons give rain to certain areas, which is why we used to have a green Africa, because Africa used to be green. Fun fact, because there was a lot of monsoons in that area. It's no longer green. However, there is a thing that they're trying to make it green again. It's called the Green Wall, and it's essentially to stop the Sahara Desert to continue from spreading, which it has been doing for quite a few years now, and they're stopping it. They're stopping the spread, and they're making it so people want to stay more. They're fixing the food issue and the Sahara spreading issue by just planting things in a semicircle and doing that over and over and over again. But monsoons are really important, and they have been important for a really long time in human history. They give us crops, and they help with, like droughts, and they're the symbol of the growing season in certain places like Asia. And I don't quite know the significance of hurricanes and tornadoes. They might not have a significance, but earthquakes, they're just an effect. Earthquakes are the effect of tectonic plates moving. So not all natural disasters are actually like an issue, or they're just an effect of something. Hurricanes are just the effect of cold water and warm air getting together, creating wind, and then water gets sucked up and it continues into this whole clouded hurricane. Tornadoes are the effect of strong gusts of wind and clouds, and there's some science behind that which you should totally search up because it's probably really interesting. I just haven't done that. I'm getting off tangent. I'm getting into a tangent and I'm getting off topic. I don't know where I left off. So I will be making more videos, and it will be more in nature, not just at my desk. It can't even be at my desk anymore. It's messy. My desk is extremely messy right now. Not to my own fault, it's college's fault. Have a great day and be safe.